Chapter 450, Primal Chaos City Leader. Waze, you just entered Primal Chaos City for a few days and you actually dare to make a move on Leibois? Isn't making a move in Primal Chaos City looking for death? Engulfed in the blurry chaos energy within the city, it was impossible to see the end of the city. On the balconies of the many buildings, the warriors of the universe all opened their eyes wide and stared at the distant two people. The one being chased was completely engulfed in lightning. He purposely let his lightning pierce through the entire skies. Roar! The tall and sturdy wild bull giant, with his bright red eyes, raged as he waved that terrifying huge axe. His opponents simultaneously fled as he too waved his lightning pike. The space around them crumbled, chaos energy rippled throughout. In the tower of the owner's residence, Luo Feng and the group of individuals had all gone pale. They were simply like ants, while the two in the distance were like giant ancient gods. These two, Luo Feng held his breath, looking at the distant space crumble, his eyes opened wide. They are too strong. Undyings are actually that terrifying. Most of the Undyings he had met were mostly in the virtual universe. Even the ones he met in reality were controlling their auras. This was the first time he was witnessing an Undying actually raging, and this rage, with just a wave, was enough to crumble space within the universe. Just his strength alone can break space? Luo Feng looked up, the surge of lightning snakes in the air, the lightning pierced through 10 million li. With a flip of their hands they could easily destroy a planet. These were Undying. Luo Feng finally understood. Rumble! Within the entire Primal Chaos City resounded a rage-filled roar. Suddenly the land and skies completely went dark. Luo Feng was shocked to realize that the initial occasional splits and crumbles in space had sealed by itself. The flowing origin law energies, and even the chaos energies, these all completely went silent and stopped moving altogether. In the distance, the two absolute warriors went silent too. Rumble, above them, large amounts of chaos energy had formed a giant hand, almost like a mountain-size hand. This chaos energy hand violently smacked down, like the heavens smashing down altogether. Chi! Chi! The two Undyings had a look of shock and fear in their eyes. Waze and Leibois, these two had pretty high reputations even within the 1008 universe countries as powerful Undyings. Nevertheless, they were immediately reduced to powder, almost like smashing tofu. The powerful warriors within Primal Chaos City all stared wide-eyed. Both of them became nothing but powder, even their souls turned to dust. Chi-chi! Chi-chi! In the distant space, the dust began to swiftly gather again, forming two human shapes. One was the bull giant and the other the skinny man engulfed in lightning, their faces both pale. The skinny man shouted out, "City leader, it's him who wants to kill me, it's Waze who wants to kill me, I'm innocent. I only hate I wasn't able to kill you." The bullman's eyes were red, staring hard at the skinny man, roaring softly. "Stupid." The skinny man laughed coldly and glanced at him. "Ah!" The bullman roared with rage. It couldn't be helped. Just a thought from the city leader and 100,000 li of chaos energy formed a hand, causing these two Undyings to barely survive through it, with no ability to fight back at all. That level of attack control, it was terrifying. The third law enforcement team will kick both Waze and Leibois out of the Primal universe. Waze will be locked in the 9th Starfield jail, Leibois in the 2nd Starfield jail. A low voice, infused with traces of metal or something similar, resounded throughout the entire Primal universe. Yes. A resounding reply echoed through the airs of the city. 5 blood-colored lights flew over against the law enforcement team. The 2 Undyings that had already suffered a heavy blow from before had no resistance at all and not even a trace of resentment. They obediently followed the team and left in an entirely blood-red universe ship. Within that blood-red universe ship, Waze, you are considered lucky. This time you didn't kill anyone. If you had killed someone, you'd be dead without a doubt. You wouldn't be simply locked up in the 9th Starfield jail. Dressed in a blood-red armor, carrying a peculiar round blade, the law enforcement Undying shook his head. Humph. The bull man raged softly, his expression struggling as he stared at the distant skinny man. I only hate that I didn't kill Labua. So what if you hide within Primal Chaos City? I will still come to kill you. The bull man raged softly, his expression struggling as he stared at the distant skinny man. I only hate that I didn't kill Labua. So what if you hide within Primal Chaos City? I will still come to kill you. Stupid, even after you came in you were unable to kill me? This time I'm entering the 2nd jail while you the 9th Starfield jail. Haha, I'll watch how you die. Labua laughed maniacally. Die? How can I die before I kill you? The bull giant seemed to want to swallow his opponent. You've been injured this badly, you won't be able to recover within the next 100 years, and you can still rave on so crazily. Silence. The law enforcement's 5 Undyings roared simultaneously. The bull giant and the skinny man finally stopped bickering with each other. Everything happened in an instant and the group of youths in the tower were all stunned. Most of the Primal Chaos City's tens of thousands of warriors too were calm. Only very few who were close or had spoken to Labua and Waze began discussing. Many continued their training. After all, the time within Primal Chaos City was simply too valuable. For Undyings to enter, just 1 slot was incredibly shocking. They even became dust, but they still survived. I dare to guarantee both their souls were dead beyond dead. What do you know? Those 2 Undyings have already reached the immortal body level. Their every cell has been infused with their mental memories, even if their souls are destroyed and reduced to ashes. As long as 1 cell remains, they can swiftly absorb energy and their body bits and regain their form. Immortal body? I heard that even amongst the Undying, very few actually make it to this level. Those 2 Undyings don't even mean anything. That city leader that made that move, now that was a truly terrifying being. He didn't even show himself. With just a thought, the entire universe space stopped its movement. Even the space splits and origin law engravings all stopped. The group of geniuses were discussing rampantly. Upstodity from N0/V/LBN/.co/M. Luo Feng and the group were both shocked and excited over what had happened, especially that move by the city leader. It was simply overwhelming. Their bloods rushed with adrenaline. This was because they could all see that the city leader didn't even reveal himself, and he actually controlled the entire space within the city. Just how big of a deal was this? All of the universe laws, all of Primal Chaos City stopping its movement. Within an instant all beings were forced to freeze. Just what level was this? Simply unbelievable. To be Primal Chaos City's leader, his position must be much higher than all the universe country leaders. Even in the entire universe, he must be an absolute being. With just a thought he can control the entire universe space and freeze its movement. Luo Feng was completely stunned. The leader of Primal Chaos City, he felt like he was the master of the universe. Right, master. Damn, I've followed your teacher for over 60 million years. I've never seen such a powerful and brutal being. In his mind, Babata's high voice resounded, "That's sick, I've seen a universe country leader make a move." I thought that was terrifying, as within an instant he controlled the space and destroyed or and injured countless within a starfield. However, it still pales in comparison to that Primal Chaos City leader's attack. This leader must definitely be a pinnacle being. I even feel like this primal universe is his. Luo Feng nodded. Right. There was indeed that feeling of the city being the leaders, and the leader was the universe itself. Primal universe, there's just this one Primal Chaos City. It's a lot more ancient than many universe countries. The leader of this city is the true pinnacle being of the vast universe. Luo Feng completely held his breath. He had the confidence of becoming an undying, even the power to head towards becoming a universe country leader. No matter what happened, at least he was able to see and touch this dream of his. A universe country leader, opening a new universe country, not falling for 1,000,000,000,000 years. That was already a heavenly goal. In the history of the entire humanity in the universe, it took trillions of years for a universe country leader to appear. Hence, one could only imagine its difficulty. As for the even higher Primal Chaos City leader, Luo Feng felt like he did when he was young, looking into the skies. He was mortal, that leader was like the gods himself. For someone that small to look up, it made him wonder, is that a place a normal person can actually reach? Universe country leader, dominating for 1,000,000,000,000 years, they were all unbelievable existences, and even during your teacher's lifespan, there was no news of any new universe country leaders being produced at all. Even stronger than a universe country leader? My God! Babata had completely descended into madness. The ancient Primal Chaos City, Luo Feng and the group of youths stood in the tower, watching the splits in spaces within the skies. Those splits had threads of origin laws interweaving between each other. Watching them gave off a feeling of the origin laws and their peculiar ripples mixing with each other. Luo Feng and the group were immersed within. They were all geniuses that had stepped through the gateway of the origin laws, hence it was naturally very easy to get immersed within. If it was some normal fighter or spirit reader that hadn't stepped through the entrance, they'd only be stunned while watching this scene in front of them. They had been stimulated. Of the 100, they were all proud geniuses, all absolute geniuses within their universe countries. However, no matter how absolute a genius they were, there was a group every 5,000 years. Just how many were there in 1,000,000,000,000 years? However, since the primal universe had humans from a long time ago, with countless vast and long time flows, how long did it take for a Primal Chaos City leader-like person to appear? They were all stimulated. The group of proud geniuses were all holding their breaths within. Even if they couldn't become a Primal Chaos City leader, they would still become universe country leaders. However, their logical side was telling them, even for the most genius of the group, Bolin, his chances of becoming a universe country leader was probably at most 1 over 10 million, much less the rest of them. Weite, Luo Feng, you 12 follow me, enter the 9 Universe Primal Chaos Tablet Room. The black-robed receiver came to Castle and called 12 names. Standing there with his eyes closed and immersed in his training, Luo Feng had to be awoken by his living AI Babata before he startled. After which, he followed the other 11 young geniuses who chose the 9 Universe Tablet, all being led by the black-robed receiver into the training room.